name is Jim Hall, founder of LifeSkills for Students. LifeSkills offers curriculum in career mentoring, the college research process, and other courses that are designed to supplement a student's academic program. Ours is an engaged learning process that places an emphasis on the student's strength and passion and uses that as a catalyst for his learning. LifeSkills was formed in response to one student's journey. Jordan was a very capable student who struggled in conventional subjects like math and Spanish. Maybe his journey is similar to that of your son or daughter, or to one of your students.
I'm not gonna lie, high school wasn't very fun for me. I kind of became discouraged when I was in high school. And I took school seriously, but sometimes I feel like teachers kind of looked at me as like a jokester when I really wasn't. And it's almost like they didn't give me a shot right from the start. I'm very organized. I always did my homework, but tests were very hard. The specific classes like science and Spanish and math were just very tough for me.
Jordan's problem was he was not able to make a connection between his academic program and the things that interested him the most.
I was kind of the kid that enjoyed watching and watching and breaking down sports more than I did playing, which usually almost anyone, it's the opposite. So,
in high school, a career mentoring program was developed for him based on his strength, which in his case was sports journalism.
I was in my junior year of high school when my dad and I did the independent study. I'll never forget the experience that I shared with my dad and going to the games and then writing articles and working with professional writers. I covered a Temple football game, and that I believe was my senior year. And I got to sit in the press box at Lincoln Financial Field, and I sat with the writers and went to the press conference, and that was just kind of solidified my passion for it, and I knew I really wanted to do it. But I was in my junior year of high school.
I got to see dozens of sports writers, hard at work. I got to receive stats and the sports guides, and I got to see, how real professional sports writers go about their business. And then after the game, we were able to go to the press conference and sit with the writers and listen to questions and see a Division I football coach, talk to the media. And that's when I looked at my dad and I knew this is exactly what I wanted to do, and it was a dream of mine that hopefully I can accomplish.
I worked with a writer named Tyler Kepner, and he worked for the New York Times and covered the Yankees. Now I notice he does Major League Baseball coverage overall for the New York Times, but back then he covered the Yankees, and that was my first experience. And that was critical of how I've done now, because I've learned all the ins and outs, the little things. So I was ahead of the game really going into college.
That was a great experience that really helped me understand what covering and writing about professional sports is like, and that helped me eventually earn an internship at Comcast Sportsnet, the #1 sports network in Philadelphia. It was just very gratifying knowing that, all the hard work with the mentoring program really paid off. Without the skills that I learned from the mentoring program and the mentoring program in itself, this would have never happened.
The cost of higher education is increasing. Can we really afford to make bad decisions? The landscape is changing at breakneck speed. We now live in a global economy, and it's our special obligation to make sure that students know how to navigate these waters. You only have to look at the job market a brief while to realize that we have to reinvent ourselves every 3 to 5 years. And what does this look like to a student anyway? Will Rogers once said, "Even if you're on the right track, you'll get run over if you just sit there." That message still rings true today. Here's how the program works. LifeSkills is committed to providing high school students with mentoring experiences that mirror life experience. We use a blended education model which combines engaged learning experiences with innovative uses of technology, all under the watchful eye of trained facilitators who will guide and oversee and dialogue with students in the completion of challenging projects. Students will then assimilate skills that are integral to success in a fast-changing world. They will learn to think critically, chart a career course, participate in career exercises, and learn a values-based way to navigate life. How can we do this? We allow the program and the technology to do the heavy lifting in terms of subject matter and administration. This frees up the teacher to focus on the student. Because of our system, finding mentors and organizing the program is easy. You can think of it as having 2 parts, the discovery and the execution. The mentoring assignments result in an idea. The hands-on assignments make it real. The student is required to complete essays, a web page, and a resume. It teaches them how to articulate who they are on several levels. There are various ways of getting on board. If you're feeling budget constraints, we can discuss one of several ways that you can implement one of our programs in a way that makes sense for you. We can also offer this program to a wide range of students. The results have been excellent with every group.
I think the career mentoring program has done a couple things for them in terms of building a sense of self-efficacy. One is that when they get clear about what they want to do, it relieves an enormous amount of anxiety for them. For high school kids, there's a lot of pressure. What am I going to do for a living? And I think you see the relief and actually some of the joy about them getting really clarified about what that's going to look like. So that's, I think, very important for them.
I personally don't think I would have gotten into Rider University without my mentoring program. I think they really liked my portfolio that I put together, and without the mentoring program or the independent study, I wouldn't have had that portfolio.
It opens up your mind to new ideas, which in turn opens up doors for your future.
Please call us today to speak to one of our representatives. You can also learn more by going to our webpage, jimhalleduservices.com.